question 11 is about the color of the canal in the reed. Yeah. Okay, so based on the questions, we can see here that red color, it will be having the genotype, right, at one dominant B1 and at least one dominant B2. Then white color is determined by homozygous recessive B1 and B2. So let me highlight that. Okay, so if let's say it's red color, then at least, yeah, it will be one dominant B1 and one dominant B2. Then if let's say it's white color, then it is basically homozygous recessive B1 and B2. While for brown color, if brown color, then it will means that it will have at least one B1 and homozygous recessive B2, or homozygous recessive B1 and at least one B2. Okay, so based on the relationship and also the genotype that is shown, and also the phenotype that is shown here, so it is very obvious that the B1 gene, the B1 gene is affecting the B2 gene. And at the same time, the B2 gene is also affecting the B1 gene. So this is where you can see here. So brown color, see, existence of one B1 will affect the recessive B2. And the B2, existence of the B2 gene, dominant gene, will affect the B1 gene. Okay, so these B1 and B2 gene, it seems to affecting each other. Okay, so yeah, although it don't looks like the simple epistasis that we learned in the node, okay, but this one, it is still showing epistasis. Yeah, it is a bit complicated, yeah, a bit more complicated than the normal simple one. But then, obviously, the B1 and B2 gene, they can affect each other. The B1 can affect the B2, and the B2 can affect the B1. Okay, so with that, yes, now we can say that this type of question, yeah, it is actually related to deviation from the Mendel's model. Okay, deviation from the Mendel's model, and it is related to the epistasis. Okay, so for deviation, epistasis, to solve these type of questions, still we will use the Punnett square, and the method is still the type 1 method. Okay, because the type 2 method is only for the link gene. Yeah, so this one, epistasis, it is still under the type 1. All right, so since it's type 1, so the first step, of course, we need to find the genotype of the parent, right? Genotype of the parent, okay? So based on what we see here, it is stating that a homozygous red plant is crossed with a white plant, yeah? So homozygous crossed with white plant. Homozygous red crossed with white plant. Okay, so the first one, we will start with the parent. Okay, so the final question is asking for phenotypic ratio, yeah? Phenotypic ratio. So that means that, yeah, no matter what, we have to do the Punnett square. Okay, so for the parent, first one is the homozygous rate. Homozygous rate, it will be, red color must be at least one dominant B1 and at least one dominant B2, yeah? So since the question said that this rate is homozygous, so that means that it must be B1 dominant, B1 dominant, and then B2 dominant, B2 dominant, because the question state that this red plant is homozygous. Okay, so now you will cross with the white plant. Yeah, so white plant, there's only one outcome. White plant is homozygous recessive B1 and B2. Yeah, so that's why we will do the cross. Okay, so after we done with the cross, then next is, yeah, we will find the gamete. Yeah, we will find the gamete. Yeah. Okay, so I will draw. Okay, so this individual is going to have B1, B2. This is one of the gamete. Then second B1, B2 is still the same. The one B1, B2 is still the same. So that means that it is going to produce only one type of gamete, yeah, which is B1, B2. Well, same thing goes to this white plant, yeah, this white plant. So also going to produce only one type of the gamete only. Okay, so after we have done with this, then we will do the cross, yeah? So it will be one, okay, heterozygous, and then B2 heterozygous as well. Okay, so that means what? That means that all of the F1 generation, yeah, all of the F1 generation are heterozygous. Yeah, all of them are heterozygous. Okay, and all of them would be red in color as well. Yeah, red in color. Okay, so done with this, but not yet, because you can read the questions here. Their offspring is test crossed with a white plant. Okay, so that means that after the F1 is being produced, then the offspring is test crossed, right, with the white plant, and yeah, to produce the F2 generation. Okay, so with that, yes, again, we will have to write the parent, okay, for the F1, yeah, when F1 cross with F1. So cross with the same one, heterozygous. Okay, so once we have this, then sorry, I have forget about the test cross, yes, because the question is stating the offspring is test cross. Yeah, offspring is test cross with a white plant, yeah. So if test cross is a white plant, then it should be the B1, B1, B2, B2 homozygous recessive. Okay, so it's test cross here. All right, so done with this, then once we have confirmed with the genotype of the parent, okay, then now we will do the cross. Yeah, so in exam, same thing. Yeah, you have to be extra careful. Yeah, so don't make the careless mistake like me just now. Okay, so it is a test cross, so remember that. Okay, so now we have to find the gamete. Yeah, we have to find the gamete. So what we have here, so first parent, yeah, the first parent here. First parent is going to produce four type of gamete, yeah, four type of gamete, yeah. So first one, B1, B2, okay. So second one is the B1, B2, recessive. Then third one, B1, B2 dominant. And then lastly, B1, B2 recessive. Okay, well, for the second parent, since it's a test process, so it's going to produce only one type, which is the B1, B2 recessive. Okay, so once we have this, then yeah, we will do the cross then. So the first one is the B1, B1, B2, B2. So it's a heterozygous one. Then second one is B1, B1. Okay, so this is second one. Then the third one, it will be B1, B1, then B2, B2. Okay, then lastly is this one, B1, B1, B2, B2. Okay, so yeah, let me move it here. Okay, so the cross. All right, now lastly, the question is asking for phenotypic ratio. So phenotypic ratio, so you have to find the phenotype. Yeah, you have to find the phenotype, yeah. So the first one, we look at the first one here. So it is heterozygous for both B1 and B2. So heterozygous both for B1 and B2. So obviously it will be red in color. Yeah, it will be red in color. Yeah, at least one B1, at least one B2. So you can see here. So it should be red in color for the first one. Okay, so for the first one should be red in color. Then the second one, we look at the second one. Second one is at least one B1 and then two recessive B2. So it is shown here, at least one B1 and two recessive B2. Okay, so with that, yes, that will means that they are actually brown in color. Okay, so brown in color. Then the third one, at least one B2 and then two recessive B1. So it's a two recessive B1 and at least one B2, yeah? So again, this is also brown color as well. So we'll put brown color. Okay, and then last one, it will be homozygous recessive for all B1 and B2. And this would be white in color, yeah? This would be white in color, B1 and B2. Yeah, it would be white. So this one would be white in color. So done with this, then I think you have all the phenotype. Then you want to find the phenotypic ratio. It will be very simple. Okay, so phenotypic ratio. So it will be 2 brown, okay, 2, 1 red, 2, 1 white. Okay, so with that, this would be the phenotypic ratio. And that's all for the question 11.